Well, we see a storm just off the coast of the Pacific Northwest that we think eventually will bring some very gusty winds and even some heavy rainfall to the coastal areas. Good evening and welcome to this edition of the Pacific Update. You're watching the Weather Channel. I'm Kim Perez. Let's take a look, see what's happening in the west. It has been an active night. Somewhat, a little bit of rain coming into the Pacific Northwest. But it's been active maybe across the country. We've seen some snowfall coming into New York and into Boston. And we'll take a look at that forecast also during this segment so you can actually see what's going on around the country. Now, this looks pretty ominous right now. This is a pretty decent system here. And it is just off the west coast. The warm front is coming through. That's what you're seeing right here. This is the cold front. And behind the cold front, you could tell that it's pretty chilly air with this because you can see the little specks, and that is cold air cumulus clouds. And usually when this rotates inland, you could expect thunder showers possibly, and even maybe a few strong storms. And we'll keep an eye on that for you. But right now, though, it's not causing much of a problem, but it will. As it does approach from the west, we will see the gradient tighten, which just means we'll see the winds picking up along the coastal areas. We could see winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. We do have gale warnings out for the coast, plus heavy surf advisory. So you don't want to be out there tomorrow trying to catch the waves because it could be pretty dangerous out there. Now, temperature-wise, again, with the warm front coming through, look at these temperatures: 50 in Seattle, 54 in Portland. A week ago, Portland, you were suffering from an ice storm. Now you're seeing temperatures in the 50s. How about 70 in Phoenix? Wow. It has been pretty dry here across the Southwest in the last month or so. We really haven't seen that much activity. And, you know, with El Nino, a lot of folks were concerned that we might see a lot of rainfall here. But we have not seen that. And again, during an El Nino year, you can't decide, you just can't look at the information and say, yes, we're going to have a very, very wet winter across the Southwest, because every El Nino is different. So we're just going to have to wait this one out and see what unfolds here. Denver, 51 for a high. Downsloping winds. You would never know just off to your west that you were getting heavy snowfall. And we have seen that here in Vail and Breckenridge. All the big ski resorts getting some fresh powder out of this. Right now it's 35 in Denver, though, so coming down a little bit here. Now, as you head to the Pacific Northwest, mild readings, 40s. Yakima 36, so pass level is still above freezing at this point. We think snow levels will continue to rise. And then once the cold front goes through, that's when you see the pass levels or the snow levels coming down. 54 in Stockton right now, 57 in Marysville, even Blue Canyon above freezing, 41. So if any snow does fall, it'll be here, the higher elevations here in the Sierra Nevada mountain range, maybe about 7,000 feet and higher. Southern California, what can I say? It's been pretty nice here. 60 in San Diego right now, 55 in Palm Springs. A little bit of low clouds probably in the morning. Now, good news here as far as earthquakes are concerned, none reported, but good old Mammoth Lake's coming in with a 3 right here, and otherwise very quiet on the earthquake front, even here in Alaska. Now, currently, we do have a couple of fronts. Now, again, this looks probably a lot worse than it really is. Not a lot of activity with it. We do have some snow in the New England area and the Northeast coming into Albany and coming into Reading. And a little rain starting out, though, here in D.C. and even Philadelphia. But from the Cape, it's actually snowing also. And then farther west, our next storm. Again, these are all storms that are coming over the ridge here across the northern states, and not a lot of moisture associated with these storms. Now, the west, again, we talked about this storm. I think we talked about that pretty much. We'll just move on. Denver, improving conditions here west of you in the higher elevations. We did get some decent snows, and well, those will continue through the night, but you should tell most of the moisture is off to the east now, and we're expecting the snows to taper off tonight and tomorrow. Currently 39 in Salt Lake City, 56 in Phoenix. And there's our storm again, showing pretty nice conditions here across the Southwest. But watch out for the low clouds and possibly even some fog developing here in the valleys. Seattle, some light rain coming in. Portland, the good news is it is rain. It's not freezing rain or anything like that. And we think that will continue probably through tonight and tomorrow. And then watch out for the heavier rains coming in tomorrow with our front. So here's the marine warnings, the gale warnings, and the heavy surf all the way to Point Piedras Blancas. So again, be careful if you're trying to head out to the beach. Here's the forecast. Not bad at all for your morning commute. And we're looking at pretty decent weather for the East Coast, except moving through upstate New York, a few snow showers there. But we think maybe an inch or so possible, and that's it. Kind of cool tonight in the upper Midwest. Afternoon highs, about average for much of the country. Stay tuned.